2, 1.
All right, we're making, now we're gonna make our world famous macaroni and cheese. And what we're doing right now is just making a roux, a blonde roux. This is just, of course, we know a roux is equal parts of flour and fat. In this case, we have the fat is butter, and we have, we're just gonna cook this. We're not really looking for color on this. We have to cook it a little bit to get the flour taste out, that pasty taste, and we're just cooking it for a couple of minutes to get this going. And that looks, it's getting there. And then we're going to add some milk to this, and lots of cheese. Had this cooking for maybe about 5 minutes. I'm going to switch over to the whisk because I'm going to add milk to it, and we don't want any lumps in here. Incorporate this milk into it. I'm just going to whisk this until it gets nice and smooth.
Okay.
Okay. Now we're going to add a little bit of chicken stock to this because I don't like to use just all milk. Chicken broth adds a little more flavor to it. That's kind of a little trick that I found out. Just whisk this away. And we're basically making what's called a bechamel sauce or mother sauce. This is the foundation to a lot of different sauces. We're going to make a cheese sauce for our macaroni and cheese. This could be used to start off any number of different sauces. I'll just whisk that until we're nice and clear. It's nice and creamy. And then we'll add our cheeses. our cheeses and our seasonings. And that looks just about good. Perfect. Right there, that's the consistency that we're looking for. So we're going to season this up now, and we're going to start off with some, it's an interesting little twist. I like to use a little bit of celery salt in this. It adds some nice layer of flavor to it. And we do some onion powder. It's all about the flavor. Garlic powder. So you don't have just a boring, bland mac and cheese and most macaroni and cheese. Just not a lot of flavor in. And some pepper. And some mustard powder. This gives it that interesting little zing. Let's mix all of these seasonings in. One key ingredient that you don't want to leave out is a touch of sugar. You're going to add just a touch of sugar to this, and it just kind of balances out everything. I'm going to add a little bit of sugar to this. If you don't put it in, you would definitely notice it's not there. And just a touch of sugar, not too much. We don't want candy macaroni and cheese. This will balance out all of the flavors that we are putting in here. Okay, and now we're going to go with our first installment of cheese. Getting the macaroni part ready. And because of, you know, we're in COVID restrictions, I'm not cooking the full recipe. So I don't need to use the entire package of cream cheese. And this, also, you want to make sure that your cream cheese is room temperature. If you take this straight from the refrigerator to the saucepan, you're going to end up with a grainy texture, so you have to have this at room temperature. Normally I would put in 8 ounces of cream cheese. I'm going to use about half of this, so 4 ounces, because I'm halving the recipe because I won't have as many guests as I normally would if we weren't in COVID protocols. I probably have to double, even triple the recipe, but now I'm scaling it down. This is one of the favorite things. My wife absolutely loves this macaroni and cheese. My oldest daughter, she loves it as well. She'll fix her plate and she gets a little bit of everything else, but about half of her plate is macaroni and cheese. So I'm going to get this in, incorporate it a little bit first, and then we'll whisk it in. Okay, so we added our cream cheese to the our bechamel sauce, and then we're gonna go with our next installment of cheese. This is a 5-cheese blend. It has provolone and Asiago and Fontina. So we're gonna do about, again, we're halving in the recipe, so about half of this will go in. I'm not doing a full recipe because we won't have as many guests. So that's about half. And we'll mix that right in. I don't want to be giving you people no free advertising. You gotta pay me for my stuff. That's why I'm doing that. Then the next installment is a sharp cheddar. I mean, it's called macaroni and cheese for a reason. So it's a lot of cheese in this. Mix that right in. And that's getting nice and gooey. That's what we're looking for right there. Nice and gooey and cheesy. And our final installment of cheese is a shredded Velveeta or shredded American. So a shredded Velveeta right in here. That's I'm gonna switch over to my spoon now, because that's nice and cheesy, and that's what we want. Just fold this right in. Okay, and we are about ready for our elbow macaroni. Add that. Okay, I need to drain this.
Two.
Go in here and then put the sauce in. So hold on. Move all this away. Parboiled macaroni and cheese. Macaroni, the elbow macaroni. You don't want to cook it all the way through because it's going to bake in the oven. So, and that's a mistake that a lot of people make. They overcook their pasta and they end up with, you know, baby food basically. So we're going to add this luscious sauce. Look at that. Oh my goodness. And then mix that in. Wow. Get look there. Macaroni and cheese. There you have it. We're just gonna put that into a pan, and we're gonna sprinkle some more cheese on top of it. I mean, it's macaroni and cheese. We're gonna bake that off for about 30 minutes or so, covered, and then we'll take the foil off and let it go for about 5 or 10 minutes where you can get some nice browning on there. And you got yourself some award-winning macaroni and cheese right there.